Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast, now powered by DealsInTheD.com.
Hey, we're excited to welcome the full DealsInTheD.com family to the Detroit Cast. It all started with Zott Ford during our original Kickstarter campaign, and now the entire Zott family has come upon us. Gross. Welcome Zott M59 Dodge Ram in Highland, Zott M59 Chrysler Jeep in White Lake, Zott M59 Toyota in Waterford, and of course Zott Ford in Holly.
Yes.
Go check out all of their inconceivable deals and massive inventory at DealsInTheD.com.
So cool. So welcome to them. Welcome back to you guys. It feels like it's been a while since I saw you last.
It's been a while. It feels good to be back, Mike.
Yes,
Glad to be with you for another short week, but a week nevertheless.
Short week. Yeah, happy. I hope everybody had a good Labor Day. No offense to the unemployed. Did you guys have fun? Barbecue? Anything wrap up the summer?
Closed
parties?
down the summer a little bit, did another zoo trip.
Oh, nice.
Did Arts, Beats, and Eats. Did some family gatherings and so forth.
Nice.
It was good.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of that stuff.
No? What'd you do?
How was the zoo?
Zoo was cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful day. I'm loving the Penguin House still. It's very nice.
I was going to ask you, what's the main draw for you? Is it the Penguin House?
I mean, you can't pass the Penguins. They're right there.
And it's
a
new.
beautiful new home for the Penguins. It strikes me that these are the same little birds that were in that crappy-ass building.
Yeah.
Walked them right down the walkway into their new home. How trippy must that be,
I wonder if they know. Like, do they know, like, dude, this place is way cooler than our last crib?
I think they got to know that because it's way cooler.
I know. I don't know, though. I don't know if they even, like, if their little penguin brains, like do that, or it's just like, well, now we're standing over here.
I can't
swim in this
stop.
pool now.
I can't stop just thinking, like, these sons of bitches are birds.
Yeah.
As I'm watching these things just dive around and dart about. I'm like, they're birds. They're birds.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk.
That's good. I love the zoo, as you know.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm going to enjoy it for the last couple decades before they close that shit down, right?
Yeah, it has to, right? That's got to be next on the list of things that seemed awesome for a while. Unless they just go to
beauty pageants first, and then...
Yeah. But the thing is, you can't just, like, shut it down and put those guys back in the wild. So you have to, like, let them die.
Grandfather them.
Yeah. You
just
have
not
to.
bringing any new animals in, and they're not mating anymore.
And then what? The last zoo will be, like, with one animal just hanging on, living 120 years, some gator or something.
No, it's going to be a tortoise. Some old-ass 200-year-old tortoise standing there.
It's the only thing left in the zoo. Fuck, would he die already? So we can close the doors officially. I know. The zoo is fun. You went up north, did you not?
Or the walk, right?
Well,
the walk?
It's tradition. We only have two traditions in our family, and
Butter
noodles
noodles
is one of them, and the bridge walk is the other. And we got lucky. The weather wasn't too bad, luckily. Rained a little bit, but not as bad as it looked like it was going to be at times, which is good.
And Francis and Mike joined you this year, I think.
Yes.
Yeah? How'd that go?
And his brother and his sister.
Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Right. And Ty ended up not going, so it was really kind of just a family. Again, I almost consider Mark family, even though he's not officially a family at this point.
Well, when's that going to happen?
He's just banging your sister, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, for several years now. When are they going to...
I don't know. I don't know what's going on
You're going
there.
to make an honest woman out of her.
I don't know. They live in a house together, and they have a mortgage, so I don't know what...
They're definitely banging, right? Hi, Mrs. Fady. I mean, I know they're not technically married yet, but if they're living together, I can't believe it. They're not banging.
You know
like
what we
a lot,
did do is...
Did your parents take issue with that, E?
I have no idea.
And you should ask them. Ask your mom when you get home.
Yeah, maybe I will. Right. You know what we actually did do is we went up to my grandma, like, Nana was from the UP originally. That's where she was born, way up in the UP. And we went to see her original house that she grew up in. And it's
really?
So bizarre. I think it was Curtis, Michigan, I believe, but I'm not... God, I already forget already. But it was like an hour and a half up into the UP.
Wow.
Just this little house.
Way up there.
Nice.
Then she and Papa put down stakes and bad axe, was it?
Well, what happened was
Makes sense.
she had bad asthma, and really bad asthma. And
From
she had,
smoking weed?
I don't know what.
So she tried to find the city closest
and
to bad
moved,
asthma?
Well, no, she moved to... she went down to Ann Arbor, because I guess the hospital in Ann Arbor was really good for treating whatever she had. And then she ended up liking the big city life, and she hung out there a little bit.
Yeah, partier.
And my grandpa,
Smoking
I think that's
weed
how
all
he
over
went.
Ann
Smoking weed in the Diag.
Well, actually,
she was at the original hash bash.
Well, you know what I heard about it? What I heard, we were finally started talking about some of this stuff. And it sounds like what happened was like she was originally just going to go down there and get cured, and then she was going to come back up, back up north.
Cured.
And I think she just kind of liked it, so she started helping out around the hospital, and pretty soon she got a job at the hospital, and pretty soon she
enrolls Papa.
Yeah.
I think he came in there, and then they did go back up to Bad X. But yeah, so we went and saw that.
Did you do some partying?
Yeah, we did our pub. Well, we tried to do the pub crawl again this year on the island. We've only completed it once.
Where'd you sleep, dude?
Yeah,
Well-
did you pick a random house?
Well, I didn't.
No.
No, I didn't sleep on the island, but I didn't sleep in my campground either.
What?
Jesus.
Oh.
Did you get
thought-
laid, Jesus?
I thought you said Ty didn't come up there.
Well, so okay, so here's
He got laid. Don't jump
on,
to
let's-
conclusions. Hold on. That's boy, oh boy.
all details, E. Let's go.
Well, we didn't. Here's the thing: we got to a point where we realized we weren't going to be able to finish the pub crawl by the time the ferries were going back across the island. So everyone started wanting to do different things, and I wanted to go to this Pink Pony bar because they always have an
course you do.
acoustic guitar guy playing just like Jimmy Buffett and shit like that. And I don't know. I just popped myself down. There was these two girls there, and I
Who were
started
you with?
talking.
Were you-
And at this time, I was by myself because they all started playing this Simpsons video game in this arcade.
Pink Pony was better than that to you?
I like the acoustic guitar. In fact,
A
I may or
Hobson's
may,
choice, though,
I may or
huh?
may not
Yeah.
have thrown a $20 bill down so he would play a pirate at 40, Jimmy Buffett pirate at 40. My sister was there at that point too. She's like, "You're gonna give him 20?" I'm like, "I want to make sure he plays it." God damn it!
That's the way to do it.
So you saddle up next to a couple broads at the bar?
Yeah, I honestly don't know what happened. We started talking, and one thing led to another, and now I was going back on the ferry with this chick and not with my family.
Wow.
Wow.
And-
you did this in front of Francis?
No, this is just me,
That was
my
probably
siblings.
very encouraging to Francis. She's
Probably.
Oh, thank God.
No,
I hope
they
it's
don't
not
come
a
up.
chick
They
with a
don't come
dick,
up
but-
until they didn't come up until Sunday. This was on Saturday. This was just the kids. This is just the kids
Okay.
and Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers. But you know what would save the day? Would save the deal? I don't know if it would have happened if it weren't for this. But she was staying in the same campground. Although the campground we're staying at is very big. It's like 800 sites plus 100 extra cabin sites. So it's a big campground. But if she had not been staying there, because I'm like, "Oh, where are you staying in town?" She's like, "Mill Creek." I'm like, "Oh shit, that's where I'm staying."
So did you go back to her cabin? Or
Yeah, that's where it went.
Did you have a cabin too?
No, we just camped in the site.
Wow.
Now,
So
it
you got
wasn't-
an upgrade. Nice.
It was kind of an
Jesus.
interesting situation, though, because the cabin was only a one-bedroom cabin
Yeah.
with a bunk bed, and her friend was top. Well, her friend was on the top.
Like Tom Hanks in Big. He just goes jumping up to the top bunk.
Well,
Chick's like, okay.
no, that's,
See you tomorrow.
well, that's not exactly what happened. Because what happened was, I think, is like her friend. I think the person I was like kind of with, I guess, as it were, like. She started to go to the top, and her friend was like, "No, I'm sleeping at top." I think knowing what was about to happen.
Oh, her friend's not a good wingman, huh?
Well, no, I think
She stepped aside and let E get in there. I mean,
No, I think that's the point. I think that's what she was thinking about, the fact that she didn't want to be sleeping on the bottom bunk while some shit's going down up top.
it'll only be
So
a couple
shit
minutes.
went down, huh? E?
Yes.
So what
Finally,
happened?
Thank God. I
Damn.
was due, fucking Christ, by the way. It's been a while. It's been like almost 2 years. I was fucking due.
Yeah. Did she? She didn't rob you or anything afterwards?
No.
Like usual.
No.
Okay.
So
No.
did that old condom you've been carrying around for years?
I always bring,
That thing work?
actually, that's ridiculous. I buy new ones all the time.
That old
I always,
dried up thing?
See, I don't do that,
Gone
though.
through
That's
the
the thing.
dryer 5 times?
I always buy new freaking condoms on trips. Like, I always buy a fresh 3-pack, even though I never use them. Like, I don't even know how many condoms I've bought that have never been used. Like, so many, because they end up just getting, they get fucked up, or they end up in my bag.
Yeah, we know
and
how
then-
it goes. But so back to this chick. How long did you last? And
Well, there was a few.
Hold on. Back up. Back up. What are we talking here?
yeah, was this a hand job, a BJ? Did
No,
you-
it was full on sex.
All right,
It was full on
and what are
hooking
we
up.
talking in terms of your partner? Are we talking 5, 6, 7?
2.
She was, you know what? I'm not going to say she was a smoking hot, but she wasn't ugly by it. She was good looking, I think.
Bag up.
Decent body.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to say a
See,
supermodel, but
did you
no.
hear how high he went there?
No. Not fat. Not fat.
Chunky. Fair to say chunky.
I mean,
Doughy and supple.
I would say
Doughy and
average.
supple.
I would say average and average, like good looking, not ugly. Good looking, but not ugly.
Somewhere
Good
between
for
a
me.
6 and an 8.
Good for me, for sure.
Okay.
Somewhere between a 6 and an 8. Maybe like a high 6, low 7.
So how did this...
Yeah. So how,
honestly, I told this to Ty. Ty didn't come with us, but I was texting him, dude. I think there's times at sometimes it's just right place, right time. I think she probably just
the whole
wanted
blind
to,
squirrel adage.
She wanted to. She was drunk. She got a little, maybe she got a little horny herself. I sat down next to her. I don't honestly remember much of our conversation, but I do remember talking to her, and it wasn't. Dude,
Sure, you killed it. Apparently,
I don't know what I
did.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't that far after we were talking though that I sensed that something could have happened. And I just don't remember
So
doing
did
anything.
she invite you? Was she like, hey, why don't you come back with us?
I think I remember her saying something about, like, because I said, like I said, the Mill Creek. Then I'm like, oh, we're at the same campsite. Like, oh, you're gonna come back and party with us? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, yeah, duh. I got beer.
So you're on the bottom bunk with her. Is it a single bed? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
how
not
bunk
for-
beds are.
Probably not a double, but maybe maybe queen though. They're nice cabins because it's a pretty nice. I would say maybe a queen. Honestly, it's not a twin. It's not a twin because I sleep in a twin every night. And it's not a twin.
Maybe a full.
Yeah, maybe a full, but not a
Fair
twin.
enough. Either way, so you guys are in bed, and it's like, oh wow, this is actually going to happen. She's going to let me in there.
Yeah,
And
it was
so-
pretty. By the way, it's kind of funny. Like, I think it's funny to me. I realize, like, it's so funny how humans are. Like, I've had times in my life where it's like, oh man, I feel like I could have hooked up if this or that. And I think, like, in the end, the reality is in a one night stand hookup situation, if both people want to do it, it's just gonna happen. Like this idea of like, oh, my friend's here. If she wants it, it will happen. And the guy always, of course, I want it.
So what did we? Were you proud of your performance?
I mean, actually, I had two. I kind of had a quick round and then a one that lasted longer. So we went twice. We went at it twice, and then
So she gave you another chance.
Yeah.
Boy, she's a
I was
gamer,
lucky.
man. So how, when you say the first one was fast, like what are we
I don't
talking?
think not fast. I mean, I don't know.
You said Eddie.
Yeah, that was your word, not ours.
Faster than I would have liked to. I don't know. I don't know how long it
Like
was.
30
dude.
seconds?
No.
Minute?
A few minutes.
A few minutes. Okay. And did we stay in missionary? Did we get creative? Did we?
She was on top for a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. I guess.
Anything
Oh,
else?
Jesus.
Did we go doggy? Did we?
No, it was kind of.
Reverse cowgirl? Anything?
No.
69.
Played it pretty safe, huh?
Kind of, yeah. It was a little weird, I guess. Even for me, I guess I was thinking, oh shit. Like I felt bad, but not enough that I was about to stop it. Like
Did you
Hey,
film it?
wait. You felt bad.
Well, just 'cause her
she
roommate-
consented, right?
No. I mean, I felt bad because her friend is just. It was like, dude.
Her friend was filming.
This is how it went down. Like, we got out of the shuttle. They had bikes from the island, so they actually were able to have a van that dropped us right off at their cabin. So we're at the cabin. And we're literally like, oh wow, I've always wanted to see what's like inside these cabins. We go in.
Good liney.
I actually had. Though. The
Strong.
sad thing is it was a real thing. I had always wondered what these looked like inside because I don't have the money to pay for the cabins. And so we go inside. She kind of starts to go to the top. Then her friend goes, oh, no, I'm going to stay up top. Then she goes up top.
Yeah, her
we
friend
lay
knew
down.
what her friend was.
Right. We lay down. And then it was, I don't know, 4 minutes. Like a few
Yeah, it was
minutes before
odd.
it was just. I mean, it wasn't like there was any level of
spend
like
the night there, though?
pretending to wait till she fell asleep or something.
Wandering hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So did you sleep the night there, or did you just like thanks for letting me do that,
I
lady?
I
and then
actually
leave?
did. I ended up. I slept there for a while. Then about.
Nude? Did you stay nude?
Yeah, I guess I was. And-
You were fully nude,
Of course he was. So was she.
but with socks on, right?
well,
Gross sock. He
Right?
didn't take his socks off, would you?
There's no way you took
the
your
funny
socks
thing is,
off.
the cabins are actually, they had a heater, and it got fucking hot as balls. And I ended up at one point, and then here's the other thing: like, she didn't have like a pillow for some reason. Like she didn't have a pillow. So we were sitting there like, she had like this one shitty sleeping bag that wasn't even open. And then we were like laying on and like the mattress is like plastic.
Oh, God.
It's hot as shit. And at one point, by the way, I didn't know how to cool it off, so I literally just got up and opened their front door and had their front door open for
While
like
you were
probably
still
an hour.
nude? Did you get out of bed nude? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Were you like Winnie the Pooh with a shirt on?
Just socks.
Just
Socks,
socks.
yeah.
That's it?
I don't know if I had
Walk
anything
around
on.
nude? God damn.
I was walking
And
around.
opening a door. Imagine some camper walking by and just
Ugh.
seeing a nude
At 4 in the morning.
Who knows?
But anyway, and then eventually I think like 5:30 hit, and she's like, my friend, I don't. She like kind of was like, hey, I don't know.
beat it.
I don't know if my friend's gonna be mad or not that I brought from a friend. I'm like, yeah, she probably is. And then,
So how old do you think she was?
older than me, but not that old, I would guess. Well, I'm 33.
Oh, you got her number. Let's call her and ask.
Let's not do that.
Do you think there's potential for a retap?
Yes.
Where's she from?
I'm not going to say that.
Jesus.
I'm not saying where she's from.
Is she
but-
from Out Lemons?
No, she's from Michigan. But I'll say that I did. Well, it's funny because that night she was like, "Oh, are we gonna hang out tomorrow night?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, if you want to hang out tomorrow night." No, that did not end up going down, unfortunately. But
Really?
I text her. You know what it is?
Do you think it's time to introduce her to the family?
I
or-
lost my hat. I lost my
course
fucking
you
hat.
did.
Always.
Lost my fucking hat.
As long as you didn't lose your wallet.
And I wondered if it was. I wondered if I left it there, and she's like, "Hey, sorry, no hat, blah blah." And then she actually, I do have a picture of her because she sent me a picture from
excellent.
the bridge walk,
Great. Let me see.
and then
I was going to say, you didn't film it, did you? Because you know we're going to demand proof of some sort. What you got there, Jay?
I'm not letting you go down this text. Right?
I'm not. I don't care about the text
Just
string.
blow it up so we can.
Yeah, I want to see. Hold on. I swear on my life, I'm not going to fuck with your text string.
That's her in the foreground?
That's not as bad as I would have thought. You didn't.
No,
promise
not even-
You didn't promise to not go through the text string, so that was just me that did that.
I don't want to touch that.
Luckily, Jay will not touch my phone.
know.
Yeah, that is not as bad as I thought either.
And you know what?
Yeah,
And
it's-
so she did. Yeah, and she did say,
You said a high 6, dude. I would think you could have given her a 7.
But I'm like Jay again. Like it's weird once you get into 7s, man, because a 7's almost an 8.
Yeah.
Anyway, she said to keep in touch, and we texted a little bit
Wow.
back and forth. So
Said to keep in touch.
unfortunately,
Unreal, man.
she is a little bit of ways for me, so that could be tough. But
When you went for
I can
round
always
2,
drive somewhere to.
She's downstate, though, huh?
She's not in the Upper
Southeast.
Peninsula.
Yeah.
She's not in the Upper Peninsula. She's in the Lower Peninsula.
when you went for round 2, did you try to mix it up at all, change your game at all, or did you go straight like missionary into
This
her on
worked for
top?
me last time.
Pretty much
I'm
the
doing
same
this
thing,
again.
I
Do the
guess.
same thing.
They're just I don't know.
Yeah, he played it
Selfish,
safe.
though.
I don't blame him. It's
It was
been 2
already. I
years.
think it was already pretty uncomfortable, probably for the other person in the room.
Yeah, you don't,
I mean,
you don't
like-
care about her though.
I mean, I do it to an extent. Like, it just, like I said, it's just funny to me. It just,
Since when? Remember the Indian you were banging, Dot
Yeah.
Not Feather, and like
But that
she
doesn't
had
mean-
pictures of her husband on the dresser and
whoa,
stuff,
whoa,
and
whoa.
he's like, "Well,
that
whatever."
doesn't mean people can change mildly. You can grow up a little bit and have different. It doesn't mean I'm not a monster, but it means I could mildly, like I said, not enough that I stopped anything, but
Sure.
enough that I still was kind of, somewhat thinking about the fact there's another person in here.
So you never got your hat back, unfortunately.
No, I did not get my
You know what,
hat back.
dude? The chick that you spent the night in Detroit with sent us your hat that you left in that room.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So you got that one at least. I'm
Right.
not touching it. It's in a bag. I'm not really interested in touching that. But at least you got that one back. That's good.
Yeah.
And that's a good hattie.
Yeah, it's. I guess they got it special because they were some group that there was in because it's special for like Upper Peninsula night or something. Or, this
That
hat.
dude. Yeah, the Detroit chick.
Oh, there was another thing I was thinking about. Shit. Well, now I have this.
He
hat.
leaves hats in every hotel room he goes to.
I know, it's incredible.
I hadn't realized I'd lost this hat yet.
Well, congratulations, Ian.
Thank
proud
you,
of you.
thank you.
I'm happy for you. Like,
Leaning back.
we had an interesting meeting the other day, the three of us, and
Meeting? I said a meal.
Well, it was both. It was a meal meeting.
it was it was, and it was interesting. They, one of the things, it turned into more of a lecture.
Yeah, intervention. almost.
Yeah. It felt like that. Did you feel like we were ganged up on, or that
Definitely.
that was decided before we got to the meeting that was coming?
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that it was to be addressed.
Oh, yeah.
And it's something we deal with a lot here. And we had to make a stand and hold our ground. I don't know why, but Jay asked at one point, like, hey, what do you think we could do better or something, or what do you think would make our show better? And his answer is, stop using the R word.
Oh!
And it was like,
What?
whoa, excuse me? He meant retard, by the way. Apparently we say retard a lot. I didn't even notice.
I thought really only in conjunction with Artard.
Yeah.
Big E.
Yeah.
I mean, he is literally retarded. And
Yeah.
I thought that was mainly how he used the word, but
And then it was like, okay, well, and so I was like, okay, I was trying to dig down, like, okay, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. But,
change the subject.
yeah, we were trying to ignore that one.
I was like, what else?
Yeah. Since we forgot what number one was there, what's the next one on your list? But yeah, it was like, So what do you think about, he's like, well, don't make fun of people who can't help it. And I was like, okay, fidget arm. No, off the table. I was like, oh, okay, so now we're losing fidget arm lady too? No. Dude, we're going down a rabbit hole we don't like. And so that was kind of a double team by this guy and his sister. And I don't think we're going to change our ways. But it was funny because we're always, we always talk about like, yeah, well, they'll just change the word, whether it's pillows. You can make pillows an offensive term if it's used as something like that. And so over the weekend, for some reason, I stumbled onto Doug Stanhope's newest special, and he addresses this topic. He's kind of talking about crazy people versus full-blown tard, and this and that, and how they're all mentally ill. We need to take care of all of them. But E, do you have that there?
So retards get to live at home until they're 45 or 80. You can never tell how old they are. While your crazy people just get chucked into the street as soon as they turn of age. And then you got free-range crazies walking all over the streets and living in the parks. And you gotta take care of them equally. Retarded is, I know, unfashionable to use, but it's still in play down here. But the thing with the word retarded is not like other epithets. It was not a word of hatred. Retarded was the medical definition. It was actually a word born in sensitivity, because they used to call them imbecile or moron. Moron and imbecile were the correct terms for a while. And what happened is we co-opted those words to call our friend when he does something incredibly stupid, to the point where it became an insult. So out of sensitivity, they changed the word to retarded. And what happened was we co-opted that word to call our friend when he does something incredibly stupid. So you can keep changing the word, and if you make the new one stick, that's what I'm gonna call my friend. Did you just put a metal plate in a microwave? What are you, developmentally disabled? You don't fucking put a metal plate in a microwave? Who doesn't know that? You can make it as difficult to pronounce and Latin-based and medical-rooted, and if you make it stick, that's the new word I'm gonna call my friend when he trips over his own shoelaces. Ha ha! You just exhibited some of the atlantoaxial instability that is usually associated with the trisomy 21 genetic imbalance. Fucking loser. And you still have some blogger in the back of the room going, "That's not funny. Letter to the editor. My son was born with the trisomy 21 chromosomal imbalance, and if you ever had to raise a child in such a condition, you would show more sensitivity and not use that kind of word, mocking. You have to take care of your crazy people. That's the whole point of this. I'm saying that you can shit all over crazy people where retards are sacrosanct. They're both mentally ill. Crazy people, you can call them whatever you want. Fucking lunatic, psycho, nut job, wacko. You drop a tard bomb in mixed company. Oh, you better pick up the check at that company luncheon.
Yeah, you get the point. Fantastic. I think that explains it well.
Yeah.
It's kind of along the lines we've been going down. Anyway, a lot going on in the news. DACA, I guess, is bye-bye.
Bye-bye, DACA.
Yeah, that's the Dreamers Act that Obama he basically just did an executive, whatever, swipe of the pen.
Executive order, yeah.
Yeah, and even he admitted that it was really
stopgap.
Yeah, and unconstitutional, that it wouldn't hold up to constitution, to the laws in this
country. And he was
country.
expecting Congress to act on it, right?
Right.
Getting tired of waiting for Congress to act on things.
Yeah, they're just getting out there doing the work for the people.
Just rolling up our sleeves, doing the people's work.
Ugh. So anyway, I don't know why this is a big shock. Trump talked about this a lot on the campaign trail, about ending this thing.
Yes, he did.
I mean, it's basically for, the intended purpose. I get why people, if you came here as a 2-year-old with your parents and
Gross.
through no fault of your own, and this is the only country you know, but you're technically an illegal alien. Sending you back to Mexico is probably not the best idea.
But if Congress is so outraged and concerned, maybe they can figure something out.
Yeah, and that's basically
Solve it, Congress.
what Trump did was said, okay, we're putting 6 months on this before it takes effect, and then Congress, do your thing. Let's do this the right way, and let's put it through Congress and let them decide what to do. And I don't know what the answer is. I can totally see it both ways. Where if you're just able to overlook the laws of the land, well, in this case, well, why not in other cases? Why do we have to pay attention to all the laws? I mean, it sounds harsh, but that's what it is. I don't know how you feel about
More
it.
ammunition for Trump haters to call him racist, etc. So that'll be blowing up for the next week, unless Un does something. Un's on the cusp of doing something big, Mike.
Yeah, he is.
Un being a dick, begging for war.
Yeah, I don't know what to do there either. I read an article by Piers Morgan. I'll read some of it to you about what he thinks needs to be done, and I tend to agree with him. But I realized that as I was reading this, like Twitter blows up and Facebook blows up and the news goes ballistic about Trump and what a monster he is. They're going to attack Jeff Sessions because he kept saying illegal aliens at the podium today, and that apparently is really offensive. We're human beings. We're not illegals. We're not aliens. We're human beings. And so I know they're going to jump on that as like a dog whistle.
Well, you're human beings that are in this country illegally, so maybe,
Yeah.
I mean...
It is what it is. And but when I see like Hollywood stars feeling the need to jump on Twitter and just like, I stand with DACA, or I like Mark Zuckerberg changed his picture on Facebook to a I stand with DACA thing, and they've all got to make their post, and all these people, and it's like Lena Dunham and Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon,
The usual suspects.
and it's like I don't even need to know what the topic is. When I see all those people hating on it, I'm like, oh, I must be on the other side of that because I don't agree with anything they say. Like I don't even need to know what it says. It's like, oh, if Tim Robbins likes it, fuck it. I don't. Period. I don't know how you feel about it though. If you
got to do something. It's a tough
Yeah.
one. Like you say, you got little kids here that have no choice of their own. They're here, but you got to deal with them humanely. You can't just like round them up, right? Could
Yeah.
you? Maybe you can.
I know there's people that want that to happen. Like there's 800,000 of them, like
Yeah.
790,000 of them, and depending on which camp you're on, you'll hear. These are just children that came here of no fault of their own. This is the only country they know. They love this country. They work and blah blah blah. And then the other side is like, well, actually, most of them are adults. The average age is 22, and some of them are much older than that have fallen under this umbrella.
Yeah, it's
of
portrayed like they're all
protection.
6 and 7 year olds.
Yeah, and they're not. But at the same time, if this is that would be really difficult to like only know this place. But I don't know what the answer is. I'm sure Congress will straighten it all out for us.
Sure.
You mentioned Kim Jong-Un.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to end well.
Hydrogen bomb.
Yeah. And
4 to 5 times bigger than
sure.
Nagasaki.
Yes, I love Nagasaki too. Dude.
It is
It's-
delicious.
Oh,
Sweet Pie wanted to order some last night.
did she?
And we were at Leo's, and I said, no, Sweet Pie, just go with the French fries this time. Yeah.
Why?
Had to shut it down.
Dude, like for a kid yelling "Oppa" when the Nagasaki gets there, it's the greatest in the world. And then that big flame and
Yeah.
everyone's "Oppa," and then the lemon they
I'm
pour.
still snake bit at the same Leo's, dude. Like 2 years ago, the waitress started her hair on fire.
Get out of
Yes,
here!
At our table.
No
So-
way, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How much of it went up?
It was definitely
tell-
like one side, like singed big time.
Did you tell her to roll?
And she was fine.
I mentioned Piers Morgan in his article. He says, he's talking about Sunday how they detonated their it's sixth nuclear weapon and first hydrogen bomb. It was by far the most powerful yet, sparking a 6.3 magnitude earthquake and prompting tremors felt in China and Japan. This indicates that the hydrogen bomb had a 100 kiloton yield, which we're all familiar with.
Sounds like a lot.
Here's an analogy that will make the scale of this weapon crystal clear for everyone. This means that the device was 7 times stronger than the atomic bomb we dropped on Hiroshima in 1945. That's a big bomb. So we've got Vipin Neering, a nuclear expert at MIT, And he said that North Korea could destroy the better part of a major city with this yield. No wonder that Secretary of Defense James Mattis said any threat to the United States or its territories will be met with a massive military response, both effective and overwhelming. The question remains, what the hell do we do about this? Nobody wants nuclear war. Pretty certain North Korea leader Kim Jong-Un doesn't want one either. If Jong-Un fires one bomb at the U.S. or its allies, he would sentence himself and his country to instant annihilation.
Operation Smithereens.
You think so?
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be so... Can't you just bomb his house? Like, where his, like, government people are? Like, I don't want to wipe out
I was
all-
kind of in denial about this whole thing, about what massive scale this would involve, until Mattis came out and said that the other day. I'm like, holy shit, man. I mean, we literally could just wipe out that whole country.
Yeah, I know. It's scary,
That's
isn't it?
really where we might be going with this shit.
It's unbelievable. But Piers is like, look, we cannot let this little dude who we don't know that much about keep running wild and growing this nuclear program. I mean, he's not going to stop. So what do we do about it? He said if military action is not a realistic option, then North Korea needs to be attacked financially in a way so devastating it is rendered economically impotent. And the most lethal administrator of such an attack is China.
This is all in China's hands.
I know.
According to the experts, it's like nobody else can really put the screws to this guy except for China.
You know, I know everybody gets mad at us if you go and it's like, why do people hate America? Well, you think you're the police of the world, you're a cop of the well. You know what? When you're a giant as far as like militarily and financially, you've got a responsibility to the world, and nobody else does. Nobody steps up. They're like, you fucking deal with it. And so it's like no matter where these little shit things are going on in the world, it's like, okay, well, we can't let this little fucking run around making nuclear bombs and launching them into the sea and threatening people. Like,
Let's be honest, though. A lot of it is selfish interests. We want to be able to have interests around the world and have them not be under threat.
yeah,
So while we like the South Koreans, I think if we're honest with ourselves,
yeah.
it's really more of a military base.
Well, so they say if Chinese, with 90% of their trade going through China, it is Chinese money that pays for much of North Korea's military, and it's therefore Chinese money that de facto fuels North Korea's nuclear weapons program. China's President Xi is said to be considering various economic punishments against North Korea that go beyond the sanctions, like banning 100,000 North Korean laborers currently working overseas or cutting their lucrative exports like textiles and clothing. But if Xi really wants to strangle Jong-Un's nuclear aspirations, he should cut off the crude oil supply. He said it would be very tough on the people of North Korea. Yes, it would. But it would kill his regime. It would render his whole regime out. They already and those people already lead tough lives. So, what's a little longer? Trump ramped up the pressure on China by threatening to stop U.S. trade with any country who continues doing business with North Korea. China's foreign ministry issued a statement. We cannot accept a situation in which, on the one hand, we work to resolve this issue peacefully, but on the other hand, China's own interests are subject to sanctions and are damaged. This is neither objective, it's not fair. It's not fair. And he says, it's what is neither objective nor fair is China's ongoing pathetically supine weakness. Nice choice of words. In dealing with North Korea, China is now the world's second largest superpower. The biggest threat to the world peace right now is North Korea, and the one country that can most effectively neutralize this threat is China. It has to be, so that, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I don't know if China's going to do shit. And if they don't, now what?
Yeah. And even if they do, you're trying to figure out whether an unreasonable dude in Un will react reasonably to things.
Yeah. Is it time to call Rodman? I mean, seriously.
Already tried that 6 months ago, right?
Yeah.
Hey, how much money will you need in retirement? For most of us, the answer is not at all clear. Retirement doesn't have to be a mystery. Contact Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial today to learn the answer to one of the most important questions for your retirement. Call today. Tell him you are a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
When it was announced that successfully this hydrogen bomb went off, North Korea, of course, went to their state media. That chick we always see, just in pink. And there were a lot of people that started talking about her, and stories started coming out yesterday about, like, who is this lady? She's always on the TV there. And her name is Ri Chun-hee. Ri Chun-hee. Do we have some video of her? You've seen her. She's the one that she sounds so weird when she delivers this message. Apparently, Un loves this chick and her delivery. Of
course.
Which is why she's still there.
광명성 3호 2호기 위성 발사 성공.
She's passionate.
Yeah.
12월 10일 평안북도 철산군 소위 위성 발사장에서 운반 로켓 은하 3을 통한 광명성 3호 2호기 위성의 발사가 성공했습니다. 위성은
She's 74 years old and known as the People's Broadcaster. And her thunderous voice speaks for the regime in a country where Un rarely addresses his people.
She looks great for 74, by the way.
I don't
74?
know how recent that is. Yeah, they tend to look great though. Into old age.
They do?
They do. Yeah, as a people, as a peeper. Yeah. So people trust her voice, and they feel like basically
voice they hear.
Basically on the news, her reports each night are like, what facility Jong-Un visited and what he's doing, and they're like all just stories that revolve around Un. That's it. But yeah, she got into
Are they
broadcasting.
tested on this or something? Like, why are they even listening to this?
That's the only thing on, dude. I mean, you remember when we had like just a few channels? It was like, dude, you'd watch almost anything just to.
I did watch the rainbow bars at the end of the night when the TV
when
would go off.
Yeah, when it would leave the broadcast. She retired a few years ago, like in 2012, and she comes out of retirement just for these big announcements because the people feel like other countries tremble with fear when they hear her voice.
Right.
They really honestly believe that.
Oh, they're so confused.
I know. Imagine coming out of that cloud though. If someone were to take out Un and then it's like it all relaxes, and it's like all that shit. You'd have to restart school. Like everything they've learned is wrong.
Yeah.
I think.
In terms of history, yeah.
Yeah. Have you followed the hurricanes?
No, instead I watched Ozark over the weekend. I got sick of following hurricanes.
You watched Ozark?
I watched several episodes of Ozark. How far are you in?
I'm done.
The Netflix original series?
Dude?
Jason Bateman?
I love him.
I know you do.
He's unbelievable.
You want to bang Jason Bateman.
I don't want to bang Jason Bateman. I just respect everything he's done. Going back to Silver Spoons.
Every time I see him now, I think Michael Bluth. I was waiting for Job to roll in on his segue.
Yeah, Arrested Development. He's good on that, too.
I like the show, but I don't love it.
Really?
I like it, but I don't love it.
Dude, how about that first episode?
That was cool.
I mean, are your boys watching it, too, or just
yes,
you?
Yeah. There's like all of a sudden just like a strip club scene, and you're sitting there, watching with your high school boys as they talk about getting dicks sucked and all this stuff. So it's somewhat uncomfortable.
What do? Do you do earmuffs? Earmuffs, boys.
Yeah. No, I kind of stopped watching it with them.
Yeah. So you're just like, you're not totally into it?
Dude, I gotta, hopefully it gets better, honestly. I kind of feel like it's oversold on how gripping, how cliffhangery the endings are or something. Like I just feel like, okay, that episode ended. I can watch another one tomorrow. Maybe.
Where are you at? Like how many? It's 10 episodes.
I'm like 4 or 5 in. I'm just the whole strip club safe thing went down.
Oh, okay.
Open, that. Yeah, but does it get better from there?
Well, I loved it from the first episode, so I don't know.
E, are you familiar with this?
I'm going to start watching
Jason
it.
Bateman is a financial advisor who, and I'm not spoiling anything here, all the trailers show it, he's laundering money for a Mexican cartel.
Yeah.
He and his partner.
Yeah.
And some shit goes down in the first episode that basically puts him on the run.
Right.
And makes him pretty desperate to earn some more cash. Oh. It's definitely different,
Dude,
man.
that scene in the warehouse when Bateman's on his knees and his butt, dude, holy shit. And that speech he delivers, and I found it great.
Yeah, it was a good sidetrack from all the weather stories. Like Un and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, good. Turn off my brain from what's really happening in the world and watch Jason Bateman for a while.
Did you? I texted you over the weekend asking you, like, dude, if you get time, watch Unacknowledged, which is new on Netflix as well. And I fucking loved it. And UFOs are real, dude. UFOs are real.
That's how those documentaries are, though. They tell one side, and you come out of it going, "Oh my god," making a murder. Oh my god, he's so innocent. Holy shit.
Well, it gets a little like false flag operate. You know,
Yeah,
like,
of course. It
shit
has
like that.
to. It's about UFOs.
But you know, what was compelling about it wasn't some fucking farmer in a field like, hey man, I saw that thing. We were sitting around drinking some wine, and you know, they wouldn't be drinking wine.
I was going to say, Mike has wine now.
We're drinking some moonshine, and we saw this thing come down. Like it wasn't that. You know, it's like astronauts and presidents and all these people on the record that, you know, these super high level respected professionals.
What
that are
president?
I think Carter said something,
Oh,
and yeah, I know.
Of all presidents.
No, there were a couple of them. I can't remember exactly, but
Because
You're gonna throw
he's a
Carter at
hillbilly.
me? Peanut farmer?
Peanut farmer.
Right.
Yeah, I thought you said it
Fuck
wasn't
yeah.
farmer sitting in a field. Throw Carter at me.
but they've got a whole like rundown of what they know, what's been seen, what's been captured, and these guys that are like working in government
Tom
on the
DeLonge.
record, huh?
Tom from
Well-
Blink.
Yeah, right. Is it Tom or is it Mark?
It's Tom.
Is it Tom? All the
Small things.
but these people are like, yeah, there's a secret like underground, like this is above the president. Like the president doesn't have access. Like the presidents have wanted to get into this and like, yeah, need to
Who
know,
has
sir.
access to it?
You are not need to know, sir. So you can't have access. And their excuse is like, yeah, this fuck's gonna be out of here in 4 years. So no, he does not have access to this level of shit. And there's this
And
whole
who's making that call? UFO director?
yeah. I don't know, dude. It's underground. I mean, it is what it is. Area 51, like the whole thing. Watch it. Just watch it.
I'm going to watch it now.
It's, dude, I'm telling you, it was compelling as shit. It really was. I was really interested in your take because I know you're skeptical of everything, and so I was like, oh, I want Jay to watch this and see how he feels.
If I can get through Ozarks, I'll be happy. Ozarks?
Ozark, but this is just like an hour and a half, you know, hour and 40 minutes or something. So you could time out on Ozark. You're not even liking it. No? 60 people now dead from the hurricane in Texas. And now that other one, Irene or whatever, Iris.
Barreling toward Florida, huh?
Yeah, they've upgraded that to a Category 5 now.
Yeah.
But isn't that one of those ones that can take a right turn and just go out into the ocean? Don't we see that all the time? But yeah, they've got a lot of fucking people dead. I imagine they're going to find way more dead too.
Oh, yeah.
This is a looter's heaven, though.
What I hear, 300,000 houses are destroyed.
Yeah, 1 million cars now. Dude, the cost alone to that is going to just be astronomical. I love seeing the people on the news, though, that are like, yeah, well, get here when you get here. We'll be working our asses off cleaning all this up. And, like, they're just, like, go-to-work people, you know, helping each other out and going to work, not bitching about it. But you still have your looter side.
Sure.
Did you hear about the lady floating in her house?
No.
And they still looted it. Oh, man. Yeah.
Push her out of the way like a swim noodle.
Yeah. You know,
She
I think-
floats back over by you, just push her away again.
If you hit her too hard, would she hit the wall and come back?
yeah, she probably would. Just like the side of a pool.
I don't know if it's bad. That's a... God damn, how could... I don't know.
Agnes Stanley.
Oh, Agnes.
Oh, Agnes. Agnes and me. It's like, you hear about it, it's like, 4 feet of water in the house. All right, as long as Agnes is over 4 feet tall, like, how do we drown in that? Like, sit up on the counter, you know?
That's a great point, man.
I mean, like,
How wee is Agnes?
if she's 3'9", fine.
Tread water for a little bit, but that's, you know.
Little toesies won't touch the bottom. But if she's 4'2", dude, like, come on, Agnes, like,
Probably lost her footing, you know, gulped a bunch of water,
yeah,
couldn't recover.
banged her head.
Yeah.
Down goes Agnes. But these guys broke into this house, and she's 89 years old, so she might have just expired naturally. We don't know. And so yeah, the neighbors came over and found her floating in 4 feet of water in the house. Michelle Posh was the one to find her floating. She called Stanley's son to get permission to break into the home to check on her. We saw that she was under the water, and we backed out. We're just like, call 911.
Dude.
Yeah. She also confirmed that the house had been broken into. She was still in there. Yeah, they broke into the house and stole her stuff, too.
Maybe they whacked her in the head when they broke in, you know? Get out of here, old lady. Boom.
Yeah.
Knock
that
her
seems-
down.
That seems harsh, though, doesn't it?
Not for
her
some.
underwater.
That seems harsh for someone that would rob. You think it'd be harsher to kill the old lady
Oh,
and rob her, or
take
see an old
her-
lady floating and still rob it? Like,
What are you going to get? A handful of Afghans? I mean, some prunes, Like, what are you going to get from an 89-year-old woman that's worth anything? What is she going to have in there?
Crazy
and
old
then to
people
kill
keep
her on
everything
top
in
of
their
her?
house, though. Maybe she doesn't believe in a bank. You know, some of those old people don't believe in banks after a while, so they just have.
That's the logic you're hanging your hat on. Let's hope she's got a bunch of money under her mattress because she doesn't believe in banks.
Most likely just a few blown out tennis balls.
Yeah, an errant walker, her deceased old husband's cane. I mean, I just don't think you're going to get that much out of her. But anyway, it was a rather disturbing story. You mentioned Kid Rock, Jay. Earlier, did you mention that on the air? Or was that
off the air?
Off the air, sorry.
I
have mentioned Kid Rock.
I haven't heard him say anything about Kid Rock.
I think it was right when we were hitting go. But anyway, he's catching some shit, and protests are planned now to picket Kid Rock's show at Little Caesars Arena. Can I ask, like, what are people getting out of these protests? Like, okay, you show up there. Is that like if I'm going to that concert, I'm going to go, oh wow, hilarious, hi guys. And I'm going to walk by, and I'm not going to think shit about it again, and nothing's going to change. And it, like, what is the point?
Yeah, I used to pull right in the Palace parking lot and go to the circus, despite all the PETA people on the corner.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, and it's like you're not going to be like, oh shit, oh PETA guys, thanks for explaining this. I had no idea. All right, cool. I'm going to take my family home now.
Well,
like,
turn around.
Like, oh, I had no idea this was a problem. Like, no, that doesn't work. And so these people are just rallying like we have protests every week, and I just want one of them to show me what you get out of it. Is it just screaming, kicking, and screaming that we want?
Yeah, people tire of this, I think. As time goes on, I think these protests will die down.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, each region will get theirs, right?
Yeah.
You know, Boston had the big one a couple weeks ago. Maybe Detroit will get this. People blow off some steam.
Maybe. Or do you think the press even gets bored with it eventually? And then it stops being covered like it's anything? Because I can't imagine, like, because if fights aren't breaking out, it's really not worth covering. You know, no one cares about what these people think of Kid Rock. Like, honestly, you know, it's about the chaos. And so many Detroiters are baffled and furious the Ilitch family would host a kickoff concert featuring him, you know, Kid Rock, who used the Confederate flag at one point years ago. And he also, I guess on stage, he's been saying, like, fuck Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Which
goes
clearly is racist.
Right. It's all based in racism. Yeah, and so they're going to have protests outside the arena from 6:30 to 8:30, so get there with your picket signs.
Promptly from 6:30 to 8:30.
Yeah. To rally against symbols of white supremacy. Because that's what I think of with Kid Rock, is white supremacy. And hate in our amazing city of Detroit.
Didn't he just receive a NAACP award a couple years ago, 10 years ago or something?
Yeah, for giving like $50,000 or $100,000.
So I remember him like giving the acceptance words, going, "I love black people."
Yeah.
Just remember that phrase. I love black people.
Yeah, it's weird. I wonder how his half black son feels about him being a symbol of white supremacy. That's got to make dinner
troubling.
Yeah, I would think.
You know,
Woody.
I was gonna say, what's funny, you mentioned the arena too, like. It's not Twitter, so people don't seem to get like when Mike will come here and like, I got on a little Twitter war the other day. I kind of almost started one the other day, but it was on Facebook.
They're fun, dude. They're fun.
Well, my problem was it was on Facebook, and I guess the guy, it's harder for a guy specifically. I think maybe if someone comments on his status, maybe to see if I commented. Anyway, they were going on. They announced how they'd put those murals up in the new arena. You know, they got, I think, you know, like Aretha and Isaiah. You know, and one of them's Eminem, and some guy comments on here. He's like, Eminem. I can't believe, you know, he's talked about, you know, stuff in his rap things before, and he's like, I'm an avid Wings fan, and I will never step foot in the new arena, blah. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, you're really, I want it proven. I want your name, and, you know, I want to chip in you, and I want to know that you, whatever, are never going to be in this arena.
So strongly. You're so against Eminem
that he
being
can't
included.
That he could not just put past a little mural that he might not even see, depending on what entrance he might go in on. He might not even see it. And he's like, I will never be in the new arena. We'll go to a new arena.
It's asinine the way people react. It's probably just like in the heat of the moment, blast off something. And we used to get that. It was hilarious to me. Like on the Drew and Mike show, there were bits that we did that were clearly over the line, that were offensive as shit on many levels. And you would do something like, remember when Michigan State was burning couches and all that shit, and Like
I
that
do.
whole era. What was that? 96, 97, 98, like in that period. And Drew
Those
wrote a
recruitment
bit.
tapes.
Yeah, about I'm a Michigan State student. I love to drink. Sparty on, and it was all about you're in dipshit. The entrance to Michigan State is using books from the library as kindling and blah blah blah. And it was just a funny fucking bit mocking the whole behaviors that had been playing out on the news. And some guy writes in, I've loved this show since day one, and I've supported you guys all along. After hearing that bit, never again. I am done with this show. It's like, really? Your tipping point, your soft spot was what? You graduated from Michigan State, and all of a sudden, sacrilege. You can't take a shot at Michigan State. But, and I'd like to know if he ever listened again either.
I know. I want these people to make these grand sayings or whatever statements saying he will never be in the new arena again. Like this new arena, what if this is going to host 2 major league sports teams and several good concerts and stuff, and he's not going to go in again ever because of an Eminem mural on the wall.
You just
Because
fast
why?
forward.
Eminem's totally racist?
I guess it was something about him using, he's in the past has said things about,
He's talked about murdering his wife and
stuff, yeah.
homo, whatever, dude. I mean, it's art. Get over it. No one's making you go or buy this stuff. And I just like to fast forward 4 years when his wife's like, honey, can we please? I've been waiting my whole life to see X artist. Absolutely not. I put my foot down and I meant it. Till that mural comes down of Eminem, I will never step foot in that arena.
Humans in general, I used to get that at Meijer even. I would get it where it'd be they'd been in there too. They're whatever. They're telling me is this? You have this? It's on sale, and I'd go in the back, and whatever. We don't have it.
Pretend to look.
Yeah, pretend to look. To be fair, but
sold out. Sorry.
But they would, or even if I didn't look, even if they would just come up to me sometimes, even if they hadn't asked me to look, and just been like, I've been here the last 3 weeks, and every time I didn't have the sale item I wanted, even though their cart has $100 worth of stuff in it, they'd be like, I'm not coming here ever again. I'm like, I make $8.50 an hour, and I'm sitting here pricing.
What are you threatening me with that?
Cheerios? Do you think? Yeah, whatever. I don't
such a hollow threat.
It's
to a stock boy.
And I don't believe it anyway. I don't believe you're not coming back to Meijer again, because clearly you've been here 3 weeks in a row. It must be in your zone, right? It's kind of on your way home, or it's it's right within where you live.
Did you look for her every time you went into work?
Yeah,
because that would have been awesome to go confront her. Wait, aren't you the lady?
I wish if I never remembered, I would have done it. Honestly.
Yeah. Did you read Stephen Henderson's
editorial
about Kid Rock and the Freep this weekend? Yeah, I thought that was unhelpful and silly.
It kind of came out of left field to me, honestly.
This whole thing has come out of left field to me. I didn't know it's got to be Trump based, right? This all has to be Trump, and then you can fill in the blank spots where you can tag him as more of a racist. He said this, he did that, he blah blah blah. Because I don't remember this really being an issue until the Trump stuff.
Trump derangement syndrome, Mike. That's what Hannity
says. Well, it's Jay pointed it to me. Me and Jay were talking about it the one time, and he's like, dude, 4 years ago, if you'd ask someone hey, is Donald Trump racist? They'd probably be like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course not.
Yeah, they were just kind of
totally.
I don't know.
Dude, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, ask somebody that. They'd be like, I don't.
Did he say something?
I don't
recently,
think so.
Or?
It was never a thing thrown at in his direction. Sexist, fine. Womanizer, whatever. Egomaniac, of course. But the racist tag started literally the day he announced in June when he said
Mexican thing.
Mexicans, they're not sending their best. They're sending murderers, and that's just been spun into he thinks Mexicans are rapists and murderers,
right.
And then it was off and running. It's absurd, but so even if you align with him now, you're just a Nazi. The Resistance. I don't know if you've seen that, but I was online and I got kind of down a wormhole, and it's like, oh, Keith Olbermann, what's he doing? And he's doing a show now for GQ or something. Looks like a podcast studio, and he just does videos from #The Resistance, and they're just these 8-minute long videos of him, hundreds of them, just. The president is the worst Nazi Hitler ever on the planet. This needs to stop. We can't have. And I'm just
a campaign
dude.
that started, I think, literally the day after he was elected. I think #The Resistance was born, and yeah, Hillary. Everybody jumped on board with that.
But it's just Really? I mean, I even commented on one of them. I was like, really? Not over the top at all here, Keith. You know, and
Comments. When you don't ever ask that question, who the hell is taking the time to comment on these? It's you.
You know what? I never do, but it's like I watched the whole 7 minutes with my jaw on the floor. Like, really? Do you really fucking? Because he's basically saying,
yes, Keith Olbermann does believe that.
yeah, that if you support him and like Michael whatever Fatso from up north,
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, like they honestly believe, like, Jay, you're a neo-Nazi, you're a white nationalist, white supremacist, like, and they believe that. It's like, how do intelligent people get so worked up that that's where they end up? Where it's like you can look at fellow Michiganders, fellow human beings with no track record of racism, and just like declare like some of the worst shit in human history and just label you like that. It's like, it's unbelievable.
It's on.
Keith Olbermann's not a moron. Neither is Michael Moore. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. But anyway, in line with that, we've got the Kid Rock. I guess I could read some of it. When the Illich family's Olympia Entertainment division chose divisive performer Kid Rock to christen Little Caesars Arena, it sent a message to Detroiters who made the project possible. It's a message that's not too far off those Jim Crow era signs warning that blacks weren't welcome. Negro, go home. Wow, coming in kind of hot, aren't you, Stephen? That's what it feels like, at least. That's what it feels like, at least. I love this. And for weeks, Jay, he's been mulling this over for weeks. I've been struggling to come up with an alternative, less wounding interpretation, but how can I? Really, Stephen? Really? For weeks, you've been mulling this over in your head? I know it's divisive and wounding what I'm saying now, but there's just no other word. It's Jim Crow. Negro, go home. You're not welcome here. This is a musician who got rich off crass cultural appropriation of black music. Music, Stephen? You don't own a music. Who used to... But you
know what's funny? You say that, by the way. That's the funny thing. That suggests that Kid Rock can only do what? A certain type of music? Like, he can't do hip-hop because that's black? That's fucking racist. Like... What is the white music then? What is he allowed to play?
The white music doesn't exist because it was all stolen from black people.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? So
Link's pretty white. All the
small things.
I can't see any blackness in there.
Yeah,
I sense none.
But if you peeled the onion all the way back to rock and roll, you know,
that's true.
I mean,
whoa! I mean, it is. Now you think about it, it is racist.
So he also wrapped his brand in the Confederate flag. And it was repeatedly issued profane denouncements, the very idea African Americans pushing back against American inequality. Just last week, he trashed Colin Kaepernick because he dared challenge the nation's racism with a silent kneeling protest. Having Kid Rock open this arena is erecting a sturdy middle finger to Detroiters, nothing less. And the Illiches should be the last to embrace this kind of signaling. This isn't about music, whether Kid Rock's is any good. It's about culture in our city. This is a piece of incredible. This is a place of incredible, rich diversity of immigrants and native peoples, and the descendants of slaves, all hardened by our history, but resilient and powerful. I love America. I love Detroit, and I love black people. Kid Rock said in 2011 when the NAACP gave him an award for giving $50,000. But Kid Rock's actions, the dog whistle racism about Kaepernick, the twisted nods to the Confederate flag as a symbol of American pride.
Dog whistle racism about Kaepernick.
Yeah.
You can't disagree with that one, huh?
Yeah.
Or you're a racist. Okay.
The fact is, Kid Rock, like a lot of artists, but him especially, puts his money where his mouth is. You talk to military members, that guy was in fucking Iraq more than he was in Detroit for years. He was over there all the time doing shows for them, benefits for them. So if someone like Kid Rock takes extra offense at someone taking a knee during the national anthem, it might not necessarily be a dog whistle to the fact that he's black. You know, I imagine if a white guy took a knee like that, he'd have the same opinion. And he's entitled to that. So yeah, this is a man who is exploitive and resentful of the city's population. Not a man who is for Detroit. It's hurtful. It's disrespectful.
What?
And in the context of the current national racial strife, I think the Kid Rock extravaganza at the new Detroit Arena is absolutely nuts. Nuts. I can admit to having just come to this position lately, but back when Kid Rock was announced at the arena's opening act, it bugged me, but it didn't register as much more than an annoyance until Charlottesville happened and the president said what he said, and it was dividing us more, and now he's all pissed off at Kid Rock. There are certainly reasonable people who object to Kaepernick's protest, but Kid Rock's reaction is not a reasoned objection. It's just an ignorant and racist statement. It doesn't even make sense. The hypocrisy echoes in Kid Rock's musical evolution from a wannabe hip-hop artist eager to capitalize on the genre's commercial success to a bold celebrant of what might politely be called the culture of white resentment. And, yeah, it goes on and on. Anyway, dude, I don't recognize this Kid Rock. Like, I don't recognize what this guy's talking about. Is this even fucking for real? Is this where we are? Apparently it is. I just don't get it. I'd love to go to those shows, by the way.
How many are there opening there?
6.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think he's got a 6-night run starting on the 12th.
That is racist. Shit.
Anyway, let's take a quick time out. Come back and, did you hear about J.D. Martinez's day?
Yes.
Not bad, huh?
I don't know.
Get into that more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hi, Michael Kowalski here, 4th generation of the Kowalski meat dynasty. But you can just call me the Sausage King of Detroit. And you know what, my friends? It's time. Time to roll out the grill, crack open the Jack's potato salad, sizzle up some sausages, pass out the pierogies, ice those beers, and unfold those chairs. Because grilling season is here, and it's time. Time to eat like a king. I'm Michael Kowalski, and I approve my message.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Welcome back to the Detroit Cast, now powered by DealsInTheD.com. And look at the JD Martinez's day here. Shortly, what a wild story about this guy that called 911, that killed his wife.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Claims it was cold medicine made him do it. I gotta be honest with you, Mike. Cold medicine fucks me up.
Yeah.
And I have had some crazy dreams.
Totally.
I mean, like psychedelic shit.
Yeah. You talking like NyQuil, or you talking like
just
like
flat
hardcore?
out over the counter shit in its regular dosage?
Yeah.
It messes me up,
dude. That's funny you say that, because if I take NyQuil, like not Dayquil's fine, but NyQuil at night to go to sleep, the next morning when I wake up, I am fucking like, I can't. I feel like I'm a half step slow.
Yeah, it takes me a whole day to get it out of my system. But the dreams I have are crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like the guy killed his wife in the middle of the night. He thinks.
Yeah.
He admitted in the 911 call. Do we have the 911 call?
We do. You want to listen
crazy.
to it?
He's like studying to be a pastor.
Yeah,
She's
evangelist
like Sunday
slash
school teacher. They're just a young couple, newly married. I think
he's 28. She's 20. Was 29, and they've been married less than a year, or just about a year. His name's Matthew Phelps, and he called about his wife, Lauren Ashley - Nicole Phelps. Lauren Ashley - Nicole Phelps.
Okay.
It's like there's an extra one, like a hyphen and a name.
Couple names there.
Yeah, don't seem to be needed, but whatever. So then it's like 1:10 in the morning. Calls 911 Friday night, and he's like, they're like, 911. He's like, yeah, I think I killed my wife. And here it is. The 911 call sounds weird to me for some reason. Like the dispatcher and him both sound funny. I don't know if you picked up on that, but go ahead, E. Do you have it there?
2017, 0112 and 16
You're right, that does sound weird.
Yeah.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Shit.
Patuxent Drive. Okay, just repeat that address to make sure we have it right. Patuxent Drive, Raleigh, North Carolina.
This is not.
Okay, and what is your first and last name? Phone number you calling from? Phone number? Yes, sir. Tell me exactly what happened.
So they dropped that when he said his name and phone number.
I think I killed my wife. What do you mean by that? What happened?
Pretty explanatory.
I had a dream, and then I turn on the lights and she's dead on the floor. How? I have blood all over me, and there's a bloody knife on the bed, and I think I did it. Okay. Alright, stay on the phone with me. I'm getting our ambulance, okay? I can't believe this. I can't believe this. When did you wake up to find this? I don't even know what time it is.
Here comes the critical part.
All right, stay on the phone with me, sir. I just gotta ask you a few questions, okay? I'm getting some help to you. Are you with the patient now? Yeah, I can see her. Okay. All right. How old is the patient? How old is your? She's 29. Okay. Is she awake at all right now? What makes you think she's dead? Is she awake?
Is she awake?
She's not breathing. Okay.
She enticed me.
Oh my God.
People laughing in the background.
Okay. Do you think she is beyond any help? I don't know. I'm too scared to get too close to her.
Yeah, that would freak me
Okay,
out
just
too.
stay on the phone with me, sir. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I'm so scared. All right, I've already sent the paramedics to help you, okay? I'm sending someone to assist you. Just please leave everything as you found it. Is there anything else we can do for you, sir? Where's the knife right now? knife on the bed. I'm not next to it, so I don't have a weapon on me or anything like that.
Let's wait for the medicine part.
Okay. When did you wake up? I don't know.
Can no one pick up the pace here?
I took more medicine than I should have. What medicine did you take? I took Corseed, cough and cold, Corseed, HPP, cough and cold, because I know it can make you feel good. So a lot of times I can't sleep at night. Okay.
Anyway.
All right. So.
Kind of sounds like me after I take NyQuil.
Yeah, but what is
minus the dead wife?
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine, dude? If that story's true, if it's like you love your wife, and they'll find out. They'll know if it's like, okay, she was leaving him, she was cheating on him, whatever. They'll
Google searches will be dug through.
Yes,
pretty quickly.
Let's hope he wasn't like the pigman, and Google searching how to kill your wife. But if that's totally true, you're 28 years old. This is your girl, and she's a teacher. You're just doing God's work and going to a Baptist college and learning how to be an evangelist and a preacher, and then you wake up in bed and she's
blood all over you and knife.
Woo. Dried blood on you and a bloody knife. Like, oh, he kind of has. I don't know if I trust his eyes, dude. Did they? You know what I mean?
A little too close together, right?
A little too close together, a little beady-ish, and a little, I don't know. You can look through someone and you just don't see a life there or activity. I don't want to pile on.
What kind of medicine did he say? I know he said it there.
Corseed.
Not heard of that.
No. Can you Google that? Corseed. Is that a defensive wound mark on the lip there?
It's like just dried blood, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Just blood splatter. Man.
Do a quick Bing search on. You can leave it there if you want, or whatever on Corseed. I want to know if it's over the counter or if it's prescription, because I know I've gotten prescription cough medicine before, which just has codeine in it, or it's painkillers type stuff, and that shit's amazing. Holy shit! It's amazing.
Well, I've never taken anything prescription like that. I've just taken over the counter. I'm telling you, it has messed me up to like sounding like that guy and
really
having dreams that are nuts, man.
Do you think it'd be safer for you guys?
Stop doing it.
If you take it again, though, could we like put you in a spare room and lock it from the outside, and then we'll let the monster out?
See what I do
in the morning. So if you're gonna go on a rampage, and destroy a bunch of shit, I'd rather it's the spare room and not Gab. Like that would be really tough on me, Jay. If you want all fucking Corseed on Gab, you know what I mean?
Corseed and a little bath salt mixed in.
Yeah, they better not find bath salts in his system. What do you think? What is your gut here?
My gut says, again, given my own experience, that you could almost see it happening.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance? Because there is precedent for people getting away with this, for doing this, like not being in your right mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how they judge that, because you could make that argument like, oh, I was fucking bath salted out of my mind. I didn't know what I was doing when I started eating the neighbor.
Remember that guy?
Yes.
Left the restaurant with his family, went down the street and ate the guy's face, right?
Yeah, and hers.
Yeah.
And the cops pulled up and he's like, arr, arr, and he just kept eating his face.
I think at last check, that story, wasn't the guy showing the tox report showed him as clean? Am I imagining that?
I thought we may have heard that too, but weren't his like roommate, or because he went to what, Florida State?
He was doing some weird YouTubes leading up to that.
Yes, he was off balance for sure, because his roommates were saying stuff like he was doing those workout videos or something where he was freaking out. What happened to that story?
I don't know.
Like that just went away, didn't it?
Last I remember, we were waiting for more tox reports or something, but we were surprised at how negative they were.
Well, I know
how absent they were.
Didn't his parents do a spin or two on Dr. Phil or something? What?
Yes,
I think that's the last we heard of that one. Anyways, so what did it say about Corseed?
I mean, everything. It looks like it's just probably. It looks almost when I look.
Pull it up. Let me see that.
Well, there's no one thing that says it, but it looks like it's probably just generic. Like,
yeah, I just want to see what's in it.
Oh shit! Well,
yeah, it looks like your standard fare NyQuil.
I think it's like a generic kind of version.
Wow.
Of.
I'm done with NyQuil, man. I'm done.
That's funny, man, because I have definitely felt the same way. Like, why do I feel so groggy? Why do I feel so... Oh, I took NyQuil last night. Definitely felt that way. So
it's not just the grogginess that scares me, though. It's those dreams I have, dude.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Just
you like
really tripped
the sky
out.
or
The most
something?
tripped out dreams I've ever had. And yeah I don't,
if you want to help, a You Caring fundraiser page has been created to raise money to help ease the financial burden for her grieving family.
For what?
I'm sorry. Like
a little insurance payout. She didn't have insurance, so
okay, but
feel
it's like
bad that this happened, so pay them.
It's just this weird thing where that's just common now. The last sentence is going to be a You Caring page has been set up to blah blah blah, or this page, a GoFundMe has been set. Like every one of them.
Might as well.
Nobody can die now without it being like, oh, I'm so sad. Can you give me a pile of money to make me feel better? And I get it. Sometimes you got some busted family that's just broke as shit. And it's like, the family could really use some help here. Provide. But I can't.
To the point, though, where this is going to be international news, so you kind of might as well. Open up an account.
Why does the other part of the family, like they don't have kids or something? Like, it's one thing I think like when the husband dies and maybe like he was the breadwinner and they have kids, but like why is her family a separate family and she's married to another dude?
My guess is it's as simple as they know it's going international. People might want to pay.
Do you
open up an account? What the hell?
Do you know what kind of mental psychopath or sociopath you would have to be considering, like, how do we profit off this in the moments after your kid dies?
Yeah,
like you would have to be.
It's part of the planning now, right? You're like, well, what do we?
Yeah.
Where do we take the body? Cremation or burial?
Has someone set up the fundraising page?
Someone set it up,
Yeah, maybe. And I guess that's what they do. It's like a friend or a family friend usually sets these up. But I don't know. It's just, I can't believe that everybody, because now it's like, well, they just need some cash to get through the process.
Yeah,
it's like,
it started with really underprivileged people like needing money for burial. This poor kid got shot in a drive-by.
Yeah.
And this family has nothing, and they can't bury this kid. He's going to be buried in a pine box, out in the back 40.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, we got to give
dig our own hole for
proper burial. Let's raise $4,000 or something.
Right.
But now it's just, you just tag it on because it's going to be a story. Someone might feel particularly bad for this chick.
To help ease the financial burden for her grieving family. Like, okay, fine. I mean, that the process of that, it's awful. Anytime someone dies, it's awful.
Can
There's
you pull it up?
family.
What are they going after? Are they going after $10,000? Is there a limit on it?
They've already raised.
How do you state these things?
Towards $20,000 is their goal, and so apparently they've raised $5,000. But now, like you said, it's international news. I'm sure they'll get. What do we give them? Hundreds of thousands of dollars to ease the financial burden. Like whatever ends up getting donated goes to them.
Whatever people find in their heart.
They're at 7,460 right now.
It's at what?
7,460.
So is the goal then to raise as much as we can, like take a week off, take 2 weeks off to grieve?
The story.
I don't mean to sound cold. I'm just curious, like what the point of all this is, and maybe it is just a quick money grab.
As we grieve Lauren's loss, there are financial challenges that lie ahead. This fund will be used to help ease the financial burden of her grieving family. Any amount, big or small, would be greatly appreciated. And look at funny. Here's the supporters. Some of them have chosen to write $100 from Ronald Shane.
Right.
We are praying for you and your family and church. I mean, it's just $15 from this dude. No message. $20. You know what I mean?
I think you go anonymous, don't you?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't think so. That's the thing. If you're gonna do this, man, you're gonna give money to these people. Might as well put something out there so people might look at your name and be like, "Look at this caring motherfucker!" Like, look at like Samantha Flower cares.
If they're gonna use it as a money grab, you're gonna use it as a fame grab.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I just read that dude's name, Ronald Shane or Chine.
Yeah. If you're doing it, it's definitely to get your name out there. If you're not doing it anonymously, you want people to recognize what a great person you are. No shame in that. It's fine.
Hey, summer's pretty much over, but sadly our friends at Zott Ford and Holly haven't sold enough vehicles. They need your help now. Until Thursday, September 7th, it's just a couple days, Zott Ford has some super summer closeouts way too hot to pass up. 1, lease a new 17 Ford Taurus for just $127 a month. 2, lease a new 17 Ford Edge for $176 a month. 3, Zott Ford will pay you $500 more for your trade-in, period. Surf their dogmatic deals and massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
JD Martinez.
What a day. What a day for JD.
What a day is right. 4 home runs against the Dodgers last night.
No less.
Someone gave $5 anonymous. Domestic violence is wrong. I'm horrified by the murder of Lauren. they don't know. That's not what the. I mean, you know what I mean? It doesn't sound like it's a full-on murder so far. I mean,
it does have some elements that sound very,
Has
very
a knife,
murderous.
husband admitting to the killing.
But $5?
Yeah. That's all they could do.
Yeah, they're the ones that said no amount is too small, right?
Dude, when you're given to every one of these stories, though, $5, you know what I mean? There's like 80 of these stories every day.
By the way, is anyone donating to you, E, for your dance stuff?
You really haven't asked,
no, the
right?
supports are low. I need to. You know what it is? It's like 2.5.
You need a vehicle to announce it to
I know.
people.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
well, here was my thought though. The thing was, it's really 2.5 months away still. I was gonna wait till post-holiday, and then I'm gonna try to. I posted on my own Facebook page, but nothing. You're right.
Post what holiday? Labor Day?
Labor Day. I was kind of going to wait post Labor Day. Figured, you know.
yeah, get through the holiday season.
Well, no, like it's hard because, like, I mean, this isn't like our thing that we did where it's a week long where I'm begging for this amount. It's like it's 2.5 months really here out.
Yeah.
Not that it's not good to start giving now, but I just don't know when's the point where I want to start really bugging people necessarily. But yes, it is
Eating your hat,
right,
etc.
Oh
right,
yeah, that's
of
going to
course.
start. Yep.
Which I posted an image of my dancing partner on Friday.
I saw that. So
Yeah.
that's the chick who's going to be in it.
Yeah, that's my.
Okay.
We're in it.
Not just an instructor, but that's your
She's
partner.
my girl. Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I would have expected something different than what he got. I got to be honest with you.
How so?
Well, I figured she would be twice as tall. She's wee, and you're like 6'2", and she isn't she really small? E?
I don't know. I mean,
I thought they said that the girl we talked to was saying like, yeah, you're tall. Usually we would match you up properly. I mean, she's not going to be able to lift him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm
that's going to be
confident.
hard for her, I would think.
I'm
Unless
confident
she's
in my
really...
girl, man. We talked about it, and I told her, I'm like, hey, I'm a competitive person. I don't want to just do this. Let's do it.
Do you have some natural chemistry? Do you feel it? What's her name?
Victoria, I think. I already forgot. She wrote it down for me. I think
Chemistry is strong.
I believe that it's Victoria. And I'm almost. In fact, I'd put that at 90%. Unfortunately, my thing that it's written down is at home, but. We did do our first lesson. If anyone didn't see the image on Friday, I had my first lesson on Friday. And
what dance did you pick?
We did a few different ones, kind of. She showed me a few different.
Well,
we're thinking about doing
quick
something
step?
fast.
Ooh, the quick
step.
step.
And we are thinking about doing something
tango or a
to
foxtrot
an electric music situation, possibly.
Well,
so
beat drop and everything.
I don't know, but we're gonna do something.
Dude, be respectful
faster.
of the dance. I mean, the rich people that are going to be in the Townsend that night are not going to be EDM fans.
Well, no, it's not
So
going to.
you're not going to win over any votes from them.
It's not going to be like that, but it'll just might have an electric feel to it. It's not going to be like country or something like that, or I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Like we have set up a schedule for September already, and like I see her twice a week as it is. But then, like, she set them up in such a way that, like, I would see her and then possibly do a group dance afterwards to just get more experience. So I'm gonna really go for this. I'm gonna try.
Dance.
Well, just like a group practice session where you just can get just more
steps.
Doing my
yeah,
steps
more
and
time on
whatnot.
your feet, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah, good.
Hey, check out the Detroit Cast listener business page, everybody. It's a page under the Help the Show tab on our website, DetroitCast.com. Frankly, a lot of you have never been to DetroitCast.com. Please check it out. This page includes businesses owned by listeners. Again, it's under Help the Show. Take a look. It'd be great to support the supporters of the show. And today's featured listings are Arnold Roofing, free estimates, licensed and insured. They serve Southeast Michigan, specialize in roofing and gutters. Their end game is customer satisfaction. And also DRKM Strategies. They specialize in helping independent small businesses grow by using proven internet marketing methods. They entice new customers to find you online.
I mentioned J.D. Martinez traded. I don't know how long ago was he traded.
Like July 15th or something.
Yeah. Now playing for the Arizona Diamondbacks and was playing at Dodger Stadium last night. Here's a little montage of his night with 4 home runs.
Shit, something else is. God damn it. Is it? Give me a second here. I don't know. God, dude, for real though, all these you can't open up a page anymore without some side commercial
Those
coming
fucking
and
videos, dude.
And they do it whether you want to or not. It's
against the Rockies.
Martinez,
high fly ball,
I know.
deep left
Straight
center,
away.
and there it goes. J.D. Martinez. Martinez hits
Opposite
it high
field.
in the air, deep right field,
He's
and
done it
that
again.
one is gone. J.D. It stands for just dingers. That's number
That's
32.
not true. That's not true.
Fly ball.
No way.
Right field.
Is it
There
possible?
it goes. Martinez. That's his third home run in 3 at-bats. And it's
Couldn't possibly do it again.
D-backs.
Producing 3 home runs.
J.D. Martinez! Is it 4? It's gone!
He sprayed them all over, too.
Over. Yeah, did he have one to center?
Left center, right center.
Yeah.
Dodger Stadium.
Boy, oh boy. He's the second player in baseball this season to hit 4.
No shit.
Yeah, back on June 6th, the Cincinnati Reds Scooter Gennett did so, or Gennett. I don't know how to pronounce
They
his name.
say it's more rare than a perfect game.
Yeah, it's only happened 18 times in baseball's history.
Dude.
Yeah, it's the second season in baseball history with multiple 4 home run games. Also in 2003, Sean Green and Mike Cameron did it. So, I mean, how often does a perfect game happen? I mean,
I don't have those numbers.
Yeah, you don't have those numbers off the top of your head. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, though. He's the first player in D-backs history to homer 4 times in one game. But there's the whole list of 18 players that have done it. I think Lou Gehrig was on there? I think that's,
Josh Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
Hamilton's done it. Yeah,
beast.
Gehrig's done it. Willie Mays. Yeah, that's short company there.
Yeah, it sure is. Who else would you think would be on there? Like Ruth, you would think would maybe be on there for a 4-homer game. Bonds.
That's something.
Yeah.
Well, Tigers don't need that guy.
Yeah, no, get rid of him. And then we got rid of...
No, their hands were tied. They had to do that. And they got rid of Verlander over the weekend. Of course, you'd rather have a really good pitcher like Verlander on your team, but the economics of it were such that here we are in rebuild mode. So it was a good move. We've been saying that for a year and a half.
Yep. We
Get
have.
prospects, start over.
I'd say even longer than that. I mean, you just saw the end. With those power pitchers, you just see the end coming way before it gets here, and when it takes a nosedive, it's gone. And so, yeah. Your favorite song of the summer, Jay? I know we got to get some email, but did you see your favorite? Your favorite song?
I Ain't Afraid to Catch Feels.
No, your other one, which
Despacito.
that you said was the summer song or whatever, song of the summer. It was actually the song of the summer. It's been 11 weeks. Good call. Regular Casey Kasem over there. 11 weeks at number 1, and there's some.
Gosh, I don't know what clued me in. The fact that they're playing it every 20 minutes, or what?
Did you have the video, E?
Oh no, shit.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't see this. I missed it. I didn't see this.
What happened?
Just pause, relax. No, just let it soak in.
I didn't.
There's a Chinaman, a Japanese man.
Yeah.
And he's got a calculator. He's got 2 calculators, and they make beep beep sounds when you push buttons. And he's figured out how to play Despacito on it. And he tweeted this video of him just like Despacito. If it was any other song, I wouldn't give a shit. But I know how much you love this song. I got to be honest with you. I'm trying to pick up the song in it.
Oh, really? It's not even clear, huh?
It's impressive, but it's like, unless it's the Despacito or that part, like. Okay,
here we go.
I didn't know calculators made noises like that. Sing along.
Totally hear it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Sing along. What part are we at?
I don't know the damn Spanish song.
Tell me when we get to the hook. Sing the hook.
What a waste of time, man.
How long would this take to figure out?
Yeah, why do these why do they have this tone on a calculator? How annoying would that be to others in your office?
I wonder if he's just full of shit and he's just got like a keyboard over there playing Despacito. There it was. It's more annoying than anything. Yeah, what a waste of time.
People.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought you'd like that. What
Speaking of people,
email?
People keep asking Michael Kowalski what Kowalski's great tasting sausage pairs best with. The answer? More great tasting Kowalski sausage. Just tell him Mike sent you Kowalski quality for over 97 years. Have you tried the olive loaf yet?
No. I won't either.
I did have some Kowalski quality hot dogs over the weekend, though.
Did you?
I did.
Do they have the sausages with cheese in it, too?
I don't know. Jesus?
I don't know, but I did have. I as well had some Kowalski sausages over the weekend as I barbecued in my campground in Mackinac.
Delicious.
Impressive.
Betsy emails in. Unfortunately, we will not be able to make it out to Hamlin Pub on September 16th to your event because I'm having my 50th up in the UP. Well,
Oh.
Betsy Arnold of Arnold Roofing, which is one of our featured listings today on the listener business page.
Absolutely.
Betsy can't make it, but for good reason. 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Betsy.
Very much. Is she going up to the gateway to the Keweenaw? Is she going up that north?
I don't know. I don't know. Rob writes in, hey, gang, just an FYI, Jamie from Old Time Photo, another listener business reference. His brother, John, who happens to be my brother-in-law. Are you watching the shells?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you so far.
He owns and operates American Radon. Just a heads up for the manor if the test comes back positive. Have you got the radon test out yet?
The test it happened over the weekend, so we haven't sent it out for the results yet.
Did you do the thing where you hang it?
I'm not sure how it was done. It was done after I left, and I don't know.
Now you got to send it into the lab
I
and see what they
guess.
say. Oh boy.
To fill people in, Mrs. Fady was really worried about Isis sleeping downstairs, where she'd heard rumor that radon.
She read an
could
article
attack
that
and
radon
kill.
could attack, and it rained, I think, the night before.
Yeah.
And so in the article, it said that radon is more prevalent after it rains.
So she was like, Erickson, you're sleeping with Mike and I tonight in our bed. And Erickson's like, fuck that. I don't want to do that anymore. And so, he's sticking to his guns and sleeping downstairs right now, but it's a risk. So, well, hopefully the radon tests come back and you haven't been being poisoned.
All right.
Old Balls chimes in. Deer does quite well, ne'er-do-well, and fat dude. Have to check.
Take
it up with Old Balls.
Those don't even
dude,
rhyme.
I don't even want to tell you this, but Zofia was by this past weekend.
Your cleaning lady?
Yeah. It comes once a month, dude. Don't say that like I have a housekeeper. I don't. She comes once a month.
She's
for
your
like
cleaning lady.
$100.
I didn't
to
say
clean up
housekeeper.
This fucking shithole. This turns into an absolute shithole after a week. Anyway, she's walking up the stairs, and I'm standing there, and she goes, Mike, can I tell you something? And I was like, yeah, what's up? She's like,
anything, Zofia. Anything.
Anything. Just name it, Zofia. She goes, you're getting fat. What happened?
Oh, what? Guess what, lady? I'm not paying you anymore.
I was just like,
what?
Huh. How do you take that? Can I tell you something? Yeah, sure. What's up? You're getting fat. What happened?
She did ask you if she could tell
What
you.
did you say to her?
I went, yeah, I know. Thanks. I said, I was taken aback. I must admit I was taken aback, but then I was laughing so hard, like, who fucking has the balls to do that? Foreigners. Goddamn foreigners.
I think it was lost in translation. You think she was like thinking she was letting real soft landing there? Like,
No.
oh, Mike, I've been noticing you're gaining a little bit of weight. I'm worried about you. Is that what she thought was coming out of her mouth?
No.
You're getting fat.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, she's a piece of work.
So did she notice something different like this month? I mean,
apparently I've gotten fatter, but she's seen me plenty. I mean,
she sees you every month, like you said.
maybe it's been eating away at her for 2 years, and she finally worked up the courage to just go, what's going on with you? You're getting fat. And to say it like that, like, you look like you've put on a few. Like, okay, it's sort of acceptable. Maybe she cares. But
Man.
to set the stage, too, with a...
So you having her back?
Yeah, she's really good. I thought it was... I actually thought it was kind of fucking hilarious. Like, that blunt. I was like, that's adorable.
Old Balls continues. Have not checked in for a while, so I wanted to give you the high points of my life since we last communicated. The engine with 68,000 miles on it died in my car, and I need a new one. Well, that's it. Hope everyone is feeling better about their life now. Now go fuck yourselves, Old Balls. P.S. I heard a rumor that my sister was still deceased. Can't confirm at the moment, though.
Oh, she is.
Dead as dead can be.
We could dig down in there in the ground and, like, double check.
Jeff
If you
writes in,
wanted.
Jay, while at the golf course on Sunday, I was walking back from the practice area with my golf bag. A gentleman pulled up on a cart and offered a ride back to the clubhouse. We introduced ourselves, and it turns out it was none other than Steve Gabarra. We discussed our love of the podcast, and he spoke highly of you and Mike. Oddly, he said nothing of E.
Wow. Is his name Jeff?
This is Jeff.
Yeah. Gabar mentioned that he ran into someone at the golf course.
Yeah,
That's
all right.
funny.
Steve went out of his way to give me a ride. It was very thoughtful of him. This is the first time I've met with one of your sponsors, and it's nice to see that you're working with good people. That's what I said, E.
Why
The first time you've met with one of our sponsors.
Been doing the show for 4 years.
Jeff, the way to support this show is to support our sponsors, man.
Yes. Yep.
It'll go away without it.
He could have gotten away with, oh, yeah, I bought some Kowalski sausages or
Yeah,
something.
I've been hanging out with Merck.
Yeah. Anything. Hanging
Why
out
would
with
you
Merck.
say that?
Oh, Jeff.
Is that, excuse me, is that a little odd, by the way, to be walking off the
when
course?
Jeff isn't bumming rides from our sponsors, he's not using them either.
He's taking more than he's giving.
Oh, Jeff.
But is it weird for Jeff to be walking off? Do you think Gabar was hitting on him in some way? Because why would it seems weird. Like I've been in a golf cart
Maybe it was about to rain
times.
or something. Does he say that here? No, he doesn't say rain, but maybe it was. Maybe it was looking ominous. So he's like,
Yeah.
hey, jump in, dude.
Dude, I've been on a cart a million times, and I've seen errant guys walking around doing their thing, and I've never even considered, like, dude, no, I don't want that guy to think I'm
What
hitting on
was
him.
it about Jeff
Yeah.
that made Steve stop?
Yeah, he pulled over, I jumped in, and he put his hand on my thigh, and we had the most wonderful drive back to the clubhouse. Took a little detour, went through the woods.
It was fun talking to someone as passionate as I am about your show, says Jeff. Keep up the great work.
Not
Ciao.
that passionate. If you're passionate, you'd be good.
Supporting our sponsors, Jeff, not just bumming rides from them.
Yeah. He's at the golf course, too, Lovey.
Yeah, of course.
Expensive sport.
Indeed.
Go buy a car from Gabara. You owe him that.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
All right. Well, let's call it a day there. And, yeah, E, we should get your page up. On our,
I
you
know.
Like, make it more visible so people can start donating. I do not want... Who was that other chick that you're dancing against? I don't want that broad beating you.
Well, Jimmy
in the
King
tape.
shouldn't beat him either.
No, I think we could do better than
You're
Jimmy
talking
King.
about the SOS Volunteer of the Year here with Isis.
I know. But Jimmy King could always, like, call up, Jalen Rose and really kind of fuck us over.
It's true.
But outside
He
of
is
that...
training at the same place that I'm training, so I don't know if I'll ever run into him or not.
You
but-
talk some smack if you
Yeah,
do.
I will. I will let him know
What's
that
up,
I'm...
King?
Yeah.
Take you down to Chinatown,
right.
man.
I'm going to tell him it's a revenge for not winning the championships both those years, making me cry as a little kid.
There you go.
Jimmy did his part, man. He
I
was sweet.
know,
He stayed.
I know.
He was sweet.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you,